Well, we are here.
How are you tonight? How are you? How are you? How are you, Anthony? You doing okay today?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Excellent. Feeling good. What happened to you? You're off the screen.
Um,
There
there
you
I go.
go.
There I go. There I go. There I go. There I go. All right. Listen. Anyway. Uh. Yeah. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hey, listen. We have an exciting day today. It's just really been good, especially with this good weather.
Yes. Well,
Listen.
you're having good weather, and then there's a cold front that came into um, to the San Antonio area. So
Really?
yeah, so the temperatures went down to about 32 degrees.
Ooh. Where? Oh, I forgot you're in Texas. I forgot. No. Listen. All right. Let me rub this in. It's 84 degrees
Ooh.
here. It's 84 degrees. Yeah, I don't even know what 30 degrees looks like anymore.
Ah,
It's 80. It's been in the 80s and the high 70s all week.
well, I started this walking thing, right? My
Hmm.
girlfriend and I, we started walking 15 minutes a day just to talk about health, and health leads to better insurance claim, policies, because if
Hmm.
you're in good health, you can get a better rate, right? So
Right, right.
the weather was 70, 80 degrees, and then the next day it dropped. The wind started blowing and the trees started moving, and all of a sudden we had this little ice stuff falling out, and it was crazy. So I never seen God work so quickly, but he surely does. Can change it in
Every time.
minutes, seconds.
Wow.
So it changed here. So the weather is still very cold, but
Hmm.
it's going to warm up next week. So
Say next week, not this week. Wait, next week you'll be home.
right, yeah. So, but anyway, it was all good. I'm eating healthy and having wonderful vegetable sandwiches and all that good stuff. So just staying on our health plan, and that's all that's going on. So today is Friday, and we want to welcome everybody to Financial Sins, where we work to provide you some information to keep you out of trouble. Quit sinning on these
Hmm.
finances, right?
Hmm.
My name is Tanya Scott Pilcher. I am the owner and CEO of Global Educational Training Skills, an insurance academy. We call it Get Skills. And what we do is that we prepare those of you that are interested in changing your life and your career into and taking that first step. So we help you get that first step, which is getting your insurance license and preparing you for the insurance exam. We are excited about everyone that wants to do this and is doing it and being very successful. So we welcome you on property and casualty and life and health side of the business. We got it all. And for everyone that already has their insurance license, we have continuing education courses. So to keep your
Wow.
license going, we also have continuing
Wow.
education courses for both the property and casualty side and also the life and health. And we ask that you support us. It's Black History Month, so support a Black business, support a young, struggling Black business.
I don't know about struggling. I do know she's young, and I'll give the young to her. I'll give the young to her. But the struggling, I no, she's
We
not.
having fun. We're having a good time. So, how have you been doing, Anthony?
I've been doing great. I've been doing absolutely phenomenal. Hey, I want to encourage you guys to pick up your trusty, dusty phone, blow the dust off of it. All right. Um, Open it up, and then go to your thing and text. Where is it at? Here we go. Text people and invite them to the show today. All right, we're going to cover a lot. I've been talking to a lot of people. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Anthony Murray. I am Um, Founder, I guess you could say founder of Rankin Financial Center in Rankin, Georgia. I'm at 272 South Columbia Avenue in Rankin. All right, so what do I do? I help people with financial literacy. I help people with insurance needs and solutions. But see, I don't go into the property casualty. Now, if you need property casualty, guess what? I have the most beautiful sister and brother um, in that business. Where your husband?
What about him?
Where is he?
I don't know. He's around here somewhere.
But
Everybody
anyway,
has to be quiet. It does not matter when the show comes on. Everybody has to be quiet. Get out.
you made me all right. So anyway, that's where you want to go, property and casualty, right? And even if you want to shop, both of us have a lot of different companies that we deal with.
Yep.
All right, so it's a one-stop shop right here, financial sense. All right. So what do I do along with that? We have financial literacy workshops that's online Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday or through Friday, and then on Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. and then on Friday at 10 p.m. So, you just call and I'll give you that information as well. And our numbers are scrolling across the bottom there. What is it all about? We want people to be educated. We want people to know what's going on in the financial industry. We specifically are targeting, if I may say that, and reaching out to people of color who have been shy or feel that insurance is not something for them, or they got this stigma of, if I buy life insurance, am I going to die tomorrow? Duh. Oh, please. Hey, listen, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. But I was talking with somebody this morning whose friend, a very close friend, died without life insurance. I tell you what, it got her attention. It got her attention. And she said, Mr. Anthony, I need to get my life insurance right. I need to get, now she's one of my clients, but she said, I need more. She wants more coverage now. I tell you what, GoFundMe isn't working for everybody.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work, So we're here to help. Is what it boils down to. We're here to help. We're here to educate and inform. We don't know everything. So what we try to do is to bring special guests on who specialize in certain areas. I'm anticipating bringing on somebody in the mortgage industry, then later bringing somebody on in the real estate industry, because I'm not a realtor. I used to be a realtor. I sold real estate for 12 years in Connecticut. And I enjoyed it. I dealt with relocation. I dealt with apartments. I dealt with commercial property. And I dealt with rentals. And that was years ago. And come to find out that some things have changed and some things are still the same way they were back then. And this was back in the 80s and part of the 90s. And so, I've been around for a minute.
Well, there has definitely been a lot going on in that market, man. Yeah. So you've been around for a little while.
I've been around for a little while. All right. So there's a few things we want to talk about. And oh, that's so sweet. We want to put this up real quick.
Oh.
Hi, Mom. Look at that. Look at that. We love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, if you have comments, things you want to share, type them in there. Type them in the comment section. All right? Type them in there. Tanya, why don't you go ahead and get it started?
Um, well, I know that we have a topic, but then, I'm thinking someone passed away and didn't have, coverage.
Hmm.
And I've been trying to get you all to take a look at this program. It's a funeral program that has been around for over 70 years, and they are really looking to help people on the funeral side of the business. And so, in life insurance, we um, some people don't qualify, or um, they think that the rates are too expensive.
Hmm.
This funeral plan works where 7 members of your family can be a part of it, and it's only $75 a month to cover 7 people. And it
Hmm.
covers them when you're on the funeral side. So meaning that it's going to take care of if you if you were in Georgia and a family member that you had on the plan with you
Hmm.
was in Connecticut, because I hear you say in your Connecticut area, it would take care of a
Right.
round airline for you and make sure that you made it to the funeral. And then that person
Hmm.
that's on that plan with you would also, it would take care of all of the services that are um, required for the funeral, and it includes a casket. So they don't do anything in reference to putting you in the ground. That's something that's handled at the cemetery in that portion. But now people really don't have to worry about a basic funeral for their loved ones. So
Hmm.
again, it pays for 7 people on your family up to the age of 80. So just recently, I had a client to get on, and he was turning 81 on
Hmm.
February 3rd. So we made sure before January ran out that he was on it. It's not
Wow.
that he didn't have insurance, it's just now that he does have this plan, all of
So
his policy can go to his family
he's
because,
using this in conjunction with his insurance. So
yes,
now I got you, I got you, I got you,
and
I
then
got
all
you.
the
So now
people
all his policy
goes to
benefits to
his
go
family.
to the right.
Right? Unless you want something else. If you want something else extravagant at your funeral, then,
Hmm.
yes. But
Hmm.
for your basic funeral,
Hmm.
my uncle wanted to cover all of his grandchildren, and, gave him all those quotes. It would have cost him for like $25,000 policies for all of them, somewhere around 300 a month. But then
Hmm.
when I told him about this, he was much more excited because that was really his major concern. If something happened unexpected, to be able to bury them so we don't have to
Hmm.
do a GoFundMe. And
Hmm.
so I had to bring it up because, you just can't be without anything. And we have got to stop being so unprepared
Right.
for the inevitable. We all know that it's going to happen at some time or another. And we do need to have some type of preparation. Um,
Hmm.
and so, those of you out there, if you want something like that, give me a call. We can definitely get you all set up and get into this. And then they have opportunities for people that are not licensed, because it's not anything about a insurance license. That if people want to add this as I guess I'm gonna call it a side hustle,
Ah,
take care of people. Again, it's an education thing, so you're teaching folks how to, put some other stuff in order. And, that was one of our topics before. Put your things in order. I'm always talking about putting stuff in order. So, but anyway, um, so
I like how that sounds because um, the family could actually use that money, especially like some people today, they have well, like the older generation, they have smaller policies. A lot of them,
mhm,
have smaller policies. They have maybe 5,000, 10,000, and it was strictly for burial. And then they as they get older, they're thinking about, I want to leave something for my children, some money other than the house. And That could work for something. Now, is that a monthly cost?
Yeah, it's $75 a month.
Okay.
But
Okay.
again, you're covering 7 people, not
Mm-hmm.
2 or 1, because a person that's 55 getting insurance policy just for a burial, that may be a $10,000 policy or whatever. And remember, they're going to pay the funeral home. It's not anything
Mm-hmm.
that you have to do. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a great program, and you cover 7 of your. You can be your family members or someone that you know very well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yes, it's a great program. Again, it's been around 70 years, and we're just hearing about it. But
So it didn't just pop up on the scene. It's been around for a minute.
it has. The
Wow.
company is called Assure for Life. So, and again, it's excellent. I've definitely, went on and purchased myself, and I have lots of people wanting to get this now. So again, it saves you from having to put out your monies or the monies that you're leaving for your family, because
Mm-hmm.
you're taking care of 7 other people, and then
Mm-hmm.
it allows you to also put another person on if
Mm-hmm.
somebody passes away. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's great.
Oh, so it allows up to 7 people. Then, if one of those 7 people pass away, you can add somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Covering 7, yeah. So I mean,
Okay.
that's what, less than $10, about $10 a person, 11, something like that. 7 times, that's 70, $11 a person, maybe.
Yeah. 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 That's not much at all. That's not much at all.
Per
So, if
month.
one person is paying for it, the other family members could contribute or
Yeah,
send them something monthly or whatever the case to help cover that expense. Absolutely. And it's ideal for people who have a lot of grandchildren.
absolutely. It was very good. My uncle is so happy that he was able to get that. So
Hmm.
it put a different spin on things, and it what he was worried about, he's no longer has to
Hmm.
worry about.
Hmm.
Excuse me. And that
Hmm.
was thinking, if something happened to his grandchildren, that
Hmm.
they would be covered,
Hmm.
because now, remember, when you're working, once they turn 18, they're off of your job policy.
Great. Great. Girl, you need some water.
I do. Let me see if I can find someone to bring me some water. But go ahead.
All right. So there's a lot of good things that's going on that people need to know about, and uh, a lot of things people just don't know. They don't know what's going on in the community, don't know what's going on um, around them, and you have to allow yourself to find out what's really available. And it's interesting how a lot of people don't even like to watch the news anymore. I almost could understand that. I do understand that in one sense of the word, because there's a lot of bad news out there, but still, nevertheless, it's good to know what's going on. Did you guys know a war started between Russia and the Ukraine? You're muted.
Yeah, definitely. And what kind of effects does that have on the United States?
That's right. That's right. I was talking with somebody about that today or yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And they were saying, man, how is that going to affect? Because all the prices are going to go up, the gas price. Well, it depends on how this embargo that the president um, started,
Right.
how that works, and then um, how did we stockpile different resources that we need, oil, so forth and so on. United States have the largest oil reserve in the world, so I'm not really concerned about that, but it is a reserve, and it is reserved for America. So but there's other things. I remember during the Vietnam War, my mother was telling me that no, she used to work at a factory,
Mhm.
and back then, a lot of the metal went to, or even during World War II and the Korean War, a lot of the metal um, went to the war effort. So what to what extent is the United States going to get involved? I don't know. I don't know. I tell you what, I do know. Y'all better learn how to pray.
I know. I know. That's something that definitely. So, what was part of our I'm sorry. What was part of our topics today? What we
What
talking
we're
about?
going to talk about? I don't know what we're going to talk about today. Real estate.
I think so.
All right, we're going to talk about real estate. How to prepare your house for the market. Is that what it was? Yeah, that's what it was. Well, I tell you what, I sold real estate from 1979 to 1991
Uh-huh.
or 1991. I just let my license go in 91. And different ones say, why'd you do that? Well, I tell you why. The rates in the late 80s, early 90s, they early to mid 90s, they started to go back down some. But in the late 80s and even in 90,
Mhm.
the rates were 18+%, 20%, the interest rates for the mortgage. All right. So you could imagine, all right, now the qualifications for people who wanted to buy a mortgage were much higher because the income qualifications, because the rates were so high.
Right.
But the advantage on the flip side is that the prices, see, the interest rates went up, but the prices went down. But people still couldn't afford it. All
Right.
right. They just didn't want to pay it. So I lost a lot of business, lost a lot of money and all kind of stuff during that era. All right. But thank God that era has come and gone. Now we're in a different era and we have some really, really good rates out there. So I'd encourage you, if you are in the market for a mortgage, do some homework. So this is what I suggest. Get a pad and a piece of paper or a pen and a pad and write down what you're looking for in a house. Now, there's going to be two things you need to look at, several things you're going to need to look at. What are you currently living in? If you're living in an apartment, all right. What is it that you want to change? Do you have 2 bedrooms in your apartment or 3 bedrooms in your apartment? Do you have 1 bathroom? Do you have 2 bathrooms? What do you want to change? Do you want to go from 1 bathroom to 2, or 1 bathroom to 2.5? Do you want to go from 3 bedrooms to 3.5? Do you have a living room? Do you have a formal living room? Do you have a great room or a family room? Do you have eating kitchen or do you have a studio size kitchen? What type? A galley.
So
What
you're
what?
saying to look at the things that you have in the house more so than what the house is going to cost?
Look at what you have in the house first
Hmm.
before you even start shopping,
Okay.
and then write down your dream list. What
Okay.
is it that you want? What is it that you want? All right. No, years ago there used to be a newspaper. Remember newspapers? We used to have newspapers. All right, they're still out there. Now we have the internet, right? Uh, and I used to always encourage people, and this is just what I did, all right, but I made a lot of money doing it. I'd encourage people look at a newspaper because you know what you want. All right, we've already identified you want to go from a 2 bedroom to a 3 bedroom because you're currently in a 2 bedroom.
Right.
You're tired of that 1 bathroom. You want two. You want 2.5.
Okay.
And then you have to look at your health. Do you have leg problems, walking problems, back problems? Because if you have back problems, you don't want stairs.
Oh my gosh.
You don't want stairs if you have back problems. Now I'll tell you why. Right now it's feeling good. You say, all right, I can make it. I'll get me one of those little things that you hook up to the rail and ride it all the way up to the top of the stairs. Oh, yeah, that's good until it breaks down. All right. Now, what happens when you have stairs and a back problem? After a while, it wears on you.
Absolutely. Like when my sister bought her last property, she has stairs in there, and I keep telling her that you got one more move to make.
Hmm.
I'm saying it to my sister, and I say it to my friend Angela. You all
Hmm.
have stairs in your home, so you're going to move one more time. I said because 60 is right around the corner for us,
Oh,
and if also you got to look at the fact that if I, twist my ankle, hurt my back
hmm.
or anything, or I have something that happens and a gurney has to go up those steps,
Right.
come and get me. So you really want to begin to look at when you buy that last house, because I'm going to look at Black folks. We probably only buy two houses in our lifetime, right? So we buy
Mm.
our starter house and then we buy our big house when we get 50, 55, 60 years old. And
Uh-huh.
you don't need to be purchasing a home, with stairs, and because you're unless you have your master bedroom downstairs, okay?
Downstairs. Right, 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 right.
You need to be downstairs.
Master bedroom and your laundry room.
Yes, they need to be downstairs. So that's one of those things I keep telling my sister. Again, my sister and my girlfriend Angela, y'all got one more move to make, sweetie. You can't think that you're going to stay in that house for the rest of your life. It's not going to happen. But so um so once they look at what they want, then what, Anthony? Are they supposed to put some money aside? What do we do next?
Yeah, you want to start. They should have already started that. Once you start thinking about you want to buy a house, you want to move out of that apartment, you want to move out of that rental. A lot of people are renting houses. Listen, my mortgage payment is less than a lot of people's rent right now.
Absolutely.
I've run into there's this young man I know who's renting a trailer. Nothing wrong with trailers. All
Right.
right, I'm gonna say that up front. Nothing wrong with trailers. All right,
Absolutely.
but he's paying more than my mortgage
Yes.
for his rent. He's paying more. All right. Oh, wait a minute. He's paying more than my mortgage, taxes, and insurance put together.
Yep.
All right, that he's paying more, and so you have to look at now. A lot of people like apartments, they like condos, and they like
Right.
townhomes and all that because they have less obligation as far as yard work, so forth and so. All right, but let's look at if you want ownership. Once you start thinking along those lines, and that's why for months, I don't know, for a long time, we talked about what? We talked about saving and we talked about putting your money someplace where your money worked for you, right? You should always be conscientious of I'm saving my money. I'm saving my money. Listening to a young man talk the other day that said out of each check he gets, he puts away $300 a pay period. Now he's in the same organization that I'm in, and we have 8 pay periods a month, so we get paid twice a week.
Right.
So each pay period he puts away 300. So 300 plus 3, that's $600 a week. Times 4, that's $2,400 a month that he's putting away. Now imagine doing that for several years till you're ready to move into your house. If you put it in the right type of account, you're going to earn some good money. And now you have your deposit ready. You have
Absolutely.
your. Let me tell you what I had clients do back in the 80s when I first entered. There used to be um, these Christmas accounts that banks used to offer.
Yeah.
All right, remember that?
Yes, I do.
So I had clients that would use that to save money in preparation for their deposit for the house.
Right.
So they knew they wouldn't touch that money. So psychologically, that's what they did. So you want to make sure you're saving money. Once you're doing that, start looking. Start looking. All right. And then you want to make sure that you talk to every agency you possibly could, not real estate agency. You want to find out what money's out there, what programs are out there. If there's down payment assistance programs, if you don't have that much money, you want to find out. Just keep in mind that if you get involved in down payment assistance programs, they're going to scrutinize where your money is coming from. It's an individual situation. Moving multiple times help us financially. Home ownership is key. First piece to achieving financial independence is no secret. Absolutely. Absolutely, Alan, right? Absolutely. So, yeah, moving multiple times will help a whole bunch of people, especially if it's to your benefit. Now, I've met people when I was in a real estate market. I don't know about putting that money in the stock market, Mr. Allen. I'll tell you, that's risky. You don't want. I don't tell anybody to put their money in the stock market unless they don't mind losing. See, that's big risk. Big risk, especially if you're trying to save for a down payment for a house. Now, stock market could be extremely, extremely rewarding, but you always have to keep in mind that the money you put in there could be gone tomorrow. Every penny of it. All right. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. All right. So anyway, these people, I want to back up a little bit. When you're preparing for your home, you write down what you're looking for. You need to know the size of the rooms you're in now, and if those sizes are good, or if you want larger rooms. If you're getting upstairs, downstairs, is the laundry room upstairs or downstairs? If it's downstairs, is there a chute upstairs that allow you to put the clothes in to go down right to the laundry room? There's a whole variety of things. Well, why did I mention that? Because I got involved in custom building where the builder made a laundry chute from the second floor that'd go all the way straight to the laundry room. It would be in a hallway behind a closet door, and they bring the dirty clothes, sheets, or whatever, and they put it down this chute, and it goes straight to the laundry room, which was downstairs. Guess where the master bedroom was? Downstairs. All right. So, and they had a guest room downstairs. That's the other thing. Are you going to have a guest room? Is your guest room going to have a bathroom? All right. You want your quarters? Go ahead, Tanya. What are you going to say?
Oh, I was going to ask another question. I was going to ask, so most people, or those of us that have homes, how can we make the most out of the value of our home or our property that we have?
That's a great, great question. The best thing I've recommended people to do is this. Give your house a fresh paint on the inside. If you have wood on the outside, get a professional to paint it on the outside. The way the market is today, some people don't care. Buyers, that is, don't care because they're almost bidding. They're almost entering to bidding wars for their home. But if you're preparing your house to sell, then my suggestion, fresh paint on the inside. Get your central air checked. You want to have documents. If you're in an area where you have heavy termite, and all Georgia, if you're in Georgia, you got termite. Get a termite inspection done so you have fresh, current document.
Yep.
All right, and make sure this is something a lot of people forget. Make sure that when you are preparing, you want to make sure that your water runs good, your water drains good. Make sure the water drains good. And please, please make sure your bathtub is clean.
Oh my gosh.
Bathroom walls, make sure they're clean. All right. You have a shower curtain, change that inner lining. It
Yeah.
costs $1, $5.
So, so when we're okay, so right now I talked about a piece of property that was in our neighborhood, and so
Is it still there?
well, they came in and they fixed it up. So the property, probably 2 years ago before COVID, because it was a brick home, probably was about $180,000 would have been valued at. So they went in, they painted the outside, they took down all of the paneling, that 1980s, 90s, 70s, whatever that
70.
was.
Mhm.
They took all the paneling down. They put up some other type of stripped walls in bathrooms, and really put fresh paint, put some floors in. That house today is on the market for $339,000. Okay, so
My.
your homes, you know, uh, I'm going to take this back to insurance. We got to be prepared. So this man passed away. Okay, and so this property was not sold or prepared by his family. Someone else got the house, and now it's you know we lost another piece of property in the neighborhood, and it's being sold for a ridiculous amount. Now, what that does help, of course, it helps my personal property value, I guess, when I
Mhm.
get ready to sell. But it's it's almost like gouging, you know. Uh, there because for so long the neighborhood, that would have been probably the most expensive house in the neighborhood because it was a brick and maybe had a little bit more square footage, but you're talking about an 1,800 square foot home with two garage, three bedrooms, two baths. So it prices people out of being able to get a home. So first time home buyers, it's a shame. You get qualified for something at 150,000, and then there are no $150,000 homes anymore in Savannah or in most cities. So that's the sad thing about what's happening right now,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
our market is so high, and the banks are only still providing you with monies for this. So yes, there are programs. Pam just put up, be prepared for FHA or VA.
Change your buyers. Mhm.
And we also looked at the comments that Alan said, to look at the home, I mean the schools, because the schools also make a big difference in the location
Yes,
of.
yeah, children especially.
Right. And so that is all very important when we're buying. But when we are in a home, we do definitely need to maintain that house so that
Mhm.
when it's time for you to leave, when it's time for you to sell, that you won't have so much work to do, or while you're there, begin to repair things,
Mhm.
update your kitchen, update your bathrooms, and so forth. So we're going through that process ourselves right now because we're looking at possibly, putting it up for sale. And it's really not because we want to leave our neighborhood, but really we're being, um, I'm gonna say it on the air. When we purchased that house, we purchased it on an auction. We were able to buy that house off the auction for like $60,000. Okay, so then you look at your property value went from 60,000 to 140. Yay! Whoa, great. And
Mhm.
now a house across the street, diagonal, built exactly like mine, went for $230,000. That's what it sold for, and it's no bigger than mine. It only has a new kitchen and some cabinets. They, of
Yeah.
course, they put the fresh paint and so forth. So it's like, okay, so do I stay here any longer in my nice neighborhood, or do I leave and go someplace else while the interest rates are low? but the house is going to be bought by someone that is probably coming from New York or California, where $300,000 to them is nothing because they're
Yeah.
used to homes being a half a million and $1 million.
Yeah.
So we don't even get to, I'll say, help our community or these first time home buyers that live right here to be able to
Yeah.
get into
Yeah.
the home because they're so high right now.
Yeah.
So,
And what else can we do with the house? Because the prices are high, which means if you sell your house, you're going to have to be prepared to buy another house, either the same way you bought that one, because I'm telling you that the banks have a lot of houses on their rolls, and those that they haven't got, and pretty soon they're going to have a lot more on their rolls. All right. And so what else do you do? If you have a garage, make sure the garage door works. All right. If you have old windows that have wooden panes, make sure that you get a professional painter to paint. These are just details. All right. And then what's the other thing? Make sure your walls aren't cluttered up with a bunch of personal pictures. I
oh,
know
it's
you
sad.
love your family. You love your, hey, y'all love your family. I love your family. You love your family. Everybody love your family, right? But take down all that personal stuff so the person that comes in to buy, they can see their picture. They could use their imagination to see their beauties, their things on the wall, their whatnots. All right. So you don't want to have a lot of clutter. Get rid of the clutter. Clutter, 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 clutter. Get rid of the clutter. Get rid of it. All right.
Right,
Wherever it is, clean up your closets.
right.
Big point. Clean up your closets.
Especially when it's time for you to sell, when people are coming in and out of your home, you have to
Yeah.
declutter. You have to get those things ready. And in Savannah, a lot of people now are turning homes into Airbnbs.
Airbnbs. That's right.
There, um, that's a income making situation where people are doing those things too to their homes. So there, when you were talking about that, the first thing that the people did when they were doing the house across the street is that they did the outside. They changed the yard just by putting rocks down. They put the rocks underneath the bushes and they put some little bricks up, and it changed the whole yard just by doing that.
Change the dynamics of the yard. Yeah, absolutely. Little small things like that.
Little small things. So, I mean, you can make your property more attractive as by putting in a couple of $1,000s. uh,
Yeah.
you'll be surprised, and most people don't check to see right now this is a good time, or during the pandemic a lot of people did realize that they could go and get a second mortgage or use their, what is it, their property value, and
Right.
get a loan and update their homes. And a lot of people did that. So doing the inside and the outside, increasing the beauty of your yard and that kind of stuff too, are things that you can do for to increase the value of your home or to give it, more appeal. So people just, think about those things when you're
Yep.
looking, and what you're going to buy the next time that you get ready to buy. I cannot wait until they said that the shift is coming soon, where the interest rates are going to be going up on homes, but I don't see where the prices are going to actually go down. Once you value a house at 300,000, I don't really see it going down.
Yeah, it'll go down a little bit, but it's not going to go down that much. It may go down 3%, 2%. All
Right.
right. And the reason when interest rates go up, what happens in the homeowner industry or the housing industry is that the homeowners trying to sell, if the rates are too high, they realize, oh, I can't sell my house up here anymore. So they start lowering the price a little until they find that sweet spot to where the house is selling or where people start looking at the house. So you have to be a what is that game that people, a gambler, so to speak. You have to have that poker face. That's the word I'm looking for. That poker. I don't play poker. All right, but that poker face to where you aren't touched or moved with your emotion as to what you see. Because just like the rates go down or the rates go up and the prices come down, well, that's going to flip flop eventually. That's going to go back. Everything begins to get good when election time comes. So everything gets pretty good when election time comes. If you have shutters, that's another thing. If they're paintable, paint them.
Paint them, definitely. So let me take it over to the insurance side too on the property.
Okay.
So most people now, because your property is going up and you still have, let's say that before COVID, your property was at 180,000 and now it's going to be valued higher. Your insurance is going to change too. So watch your mortgage rates. And a lot of times we don't even look at our homeowner's insurance when it's tied into our mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
You all really do need to shop your mortgage, your insurance for your home, because it goes up month. Every time you have a claim, you think that it's not, that 6 months passes, it's going to go up. And you think that maybe it's going up because of taxes or the values, so you think that that's why your mortgage is changing. And a lot of times it has to do with your insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't done it in the last 5 years, this is the time to shop your homeowner's insurance and understand that because the value of your home is more now, your insurance is going to increase. So either they're going to tell you or they're not going to tell you, and it's going to increase. But
Yeah.
we need to be looking, this is the year that your insurance is going to creep up.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the time that you shop, because other people want your business. The same insurance company does not have to continue to represent you. There are a lot of others that have come into the market and that would definitely love to have your business. So you really do need to shop your homeowner's insurance. Stop waiting. That's one of those things that we don't do on a regular basis. We stay in it and we don't change it because it's tied to the mortgage. But it's as simple as changing one company out for another, just like you do auto. And if you are one of those people that don't change your auto insurance on a regular basis and just let the prices keep increasing,
Right. Right.
again, you need to shop that too. You got to shop everything. So I just want to put that in to make sure that you guys do it. That's another way of saving some money. That fund goes out of the door automatically, but you all know that we get those statements once a year from the mortgage company. Either they're going to refund you a little money when you're putting it into escrow, or they're going to tell you that you owe more money. And every time they tell you you owe more money, don't think it's just because of your taxes. It could be because of your insurance. All right. So please, ma'am, sir, check it.
That's such a good point. A lot of people, the value of their property went up, and their replacement coverage, the replacement is down.
Yep.
But the property value is up. Now,
absolutely.
I know somebody that this happened to. They had a fire.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the house is burned down.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Anthony. Yes.
The house is burned down. All right. And true story. They got this check from the insurance company and they went to a builder and it wasn't enough to rebuild their house.
That's
So they
right.
had to take out a loan to add to that, so they could just to get the house back. Now, of course, you get the extra insurance for the cover, the insurance money to cover the contents. But still, you really need to make sure that your homeowner coverage. We have a company that we deal with that specializes in that stuff. I just don't have. Maybe one of these days I'm gonna go to Tanya's school and I'll learn some more. But I have a sister that sells it, that specializes in it. You see her over there modeling for you, right?
So, but I want to go back to that because
It's
it's
very
so
important.
very important.
Yeah.
You bought your house 10 years ago. It said that your value of your home for replacement or whatever your house was valued at. Again, I'm going to just say $180,000, and today it's valued at $290,000. Okay,
Hello.
if it burns down, they're only going to give you the $180,000. So you
Yeah.
can replace it in today's market because it's already
Mhm.
valued somewhere else. But because you have not checked or shopped your homeowner's insurance policy,
Mhm.
do you think that they're going to say, hey, the house is valued now at $290,000 and we're going to just kind
Wow.
of the things? No. But are they going to increase your rates just because your values went up? Yes, but they're not going to do that much. That's too much like work. That's an agent's job. Okay. That's your job. You need to know
Mhm.
what's going on with your property at this particular time. You need to know where your value is. If something happens to your home, like Anthony just said, you have nothing. They're only going to give you what's on that piece of paper. So if you do nothing else after our show today, pull out your insurance policy for your home,
Mhm.
look at it, and see what the very first coverage A, that is your home, and see what it values at today.
Mhm.
And if it values higher and that number is lower, you in trouble.
Mm.
You need to
Mm.
call
Say
somebody.
that again. Say that again.
You're in trouble. You need to call somebody. Me. Okay? Because we can take care
Wow.
of you. I'm telling you,
Mhm.
this is just crazy. But you said it and you put it right there. And yes, it's happened. And this is winter going into spring. So, I'm thinking about where I am right now. Yeah, because everybody's got the heat on and fireplaces and anything can happen.
Yep. Yep. Well,
Anything.
well, what about a couple of weeks ago? A couple of weeks ago, a firefighter in my town.
Hmm.
He was at work or at the station. His house caught on fire.
Oh,
All right. Now his family, thank God, they got out safe and sound. All right, but he lost his house, or he lost a good portion of something. And I'm saying, well, he's a firefighter, right? You know he knows about this, right? You would think. You would think. You would think.
you just
All
worry
right,
about putting out
but
fires.
they had to do a fundraiser to help. So things happen.
Things happen.
Life happens. Life happens. All right. And sometimes there's things that happen in our lives that's not really pleasing and pleasant. And there's other things that happen that's grand and grandeur and expressive. All right. Either way, life happens, but are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready? So I hope you guys got a lot of good points out of that, about what to do, get your house ready, from the outside to the inside. Hey, you can watch some of those shows on TV. Man, they give you a bunch of good tips. A bunch of good tips. All right. Attend some open houses. I used to tell people to do that, and I was always kind of afraid because my thought was, well, they're going to sign with that other agent, or they're going to use that other agent. And I said, sign, because when I was leaving the real estate industry, just like you had to sign an agent to represent you to sell your house, you had to sign with the agent to represent you to buy a house. And in Connecticut, anyway, I don't know if it's like that down here, but you need to do your homework. Don't go blind. Don't go blind. Listen, because I knew the industry. The realtor we had, she was showing us all these the dilapidated, rundown areas. And maybe because we're people of color. I was like, what's wrong? I said, we're not going to live over here. No. I don't even want to go in that neighborhood. Then finally she brought us in a neighborhood that we wanted to live in.
Right.
All right. We never even been in that neighborhood. She said, well, I don't know if it, hey, look, let me tell you something. It didn't matter to me. We went in that neighborhood and I saw the house from down the street. I said, that's it. Didn't even have a yard sign. I said, that's the house, right? She said, yeah, how'd you know? That's it. Look, we pulled up in that driveway and I just knew that was it. That was it. And we've been in that house since 2003. Okay. 2003. All right. So guys, do your homework. Make sure that you're ready. Don't get surprised. Talk with finance folks. Talk with insurance people. Talk with realtors. Visit open houses. Know what you're doing. Take notes. Take notes. That's about all I can say. I'm out of words.
Well, we want to thank everyone for joining us this week. We thank you. We are here every Friday. Every Friday at 1:00. So bring your lunch and join us. Join in the conversation. And we'll try to come up with topics to make sure that you can improve your finances. Mm-hmm. So we want to welcome you to join us every single week. I wanted to say probably Miss Flo will be with us. Mad Flo will be with us on next week. And we hope that, hey, Tina. So
it's another one of your friends.
Of course.
I kind of thought so.
They're so supportive. They are so supportive.
Man, that's awesome.
Want to tell everyone again, thank you so much. We truly appreciate you. And I want to invite everyone to join me on my 15-minute walk every day. So whether I'm posting on Facebook or not, I am walking 15 minutes every day. I had to bundle up yesterday, but and I haven't done it today, but I'm going to be doing my walk before the evening comes. So
wait a minute. You need to set a time.
No. I just need to make sure I do it. No.
That make sure that you do it?
I just need to make sure I do it. If I start setting times and miss the time, then I won't get it done. If I
then you won't get it done? All right.
Done. Okay.
Well, how are they supposed to join you? Oh, I see how they join. They just go ahead and do it wherever they are, whenever.
Okay. So, hey, Pam just put up the great next topic should be.
I know, right? I know.
From predators. I know that's right, Pamela Jones, especially in the area, in that Kyla Brownsville area. I think that's the truth. So we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Make sure that you like all things relative, all things, yeah. And we'll see you next week.
Now you know why we were talking about budgeting last week, right? So right. It's going to keep snowballing, people. All right. Make sure you take notes. Thanks again. Thanks for being with us. I'm Anthony Murray.
And I'm Tanya Scott Pilcher. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. Like this.